Hey guys, today we have designer toys for review and it's coming from the Office Survival comic book series. Now this series is quite interesting because it talks about the day-to-day life of the office worker and it's coming from Mr. Michael Chuah, the prolific artist from the Gimpa publishing series. Yeah. Now his first character is Mr. Pao. Mr. Pao, of course, is the big honcho, the big boss of the office, and his head is shaped like a pao, which is bun in Chinese, literally. And we really like how Michael Chuah has put his stamp on the feet of every single character. We really like the font that he used here, so that we thought that's actually quite a nice touch. Next up is Pan. Pan is the ever hardworking, office worker that's all of us here, and it's shaped like a panda because he works very hard. He works overtime all the time, and is always tired, and that's why he has those panda eyes. Hence the name Pan for this character. Now we really like how Michael Chuah has put a lot of thought not only in his designer toys for office survival, but also in terms of his packaging as well. Now if you get both characters, as you can see here, the packaging outside actually is the entire lineup landscape view of the entire office and also all the main characters from the comic book itself. And we thought that's actually a very nice touch from Michael Chuah. And of course, it wouldn't be designer toys without different variations. And Michael Chuah has come up with few variations of Mr. Pao. And the first one that took us by surprise was the gloss gold color Mr. Pao, right? Initially when we first saw this, we kind of quickly reminded ourselves of the golden Buddha statue. So you really have to see this guy in person to really appreciate the gold color, because we don't think the video here is doing it justice. Yeah. Secondly, apart from the normal version and also the gold color version, Michael Chuah also released a glow in the dark version, which is actually quite nice to have, to put it in your room at night and see this thing glow up when you're ready to go to sleep. Maybe it functions as a night light. Yeah. And this is a prototype. This is a very cool crossover of Ronald McDonald with Mr. Pao. We really like this because, of course, who doesn't like Ronald McDonald, or maybe just us, because the crossover of Mr. Pao and Ronald McDonald is actually quite striking. Yeah. So with Pan, Pan also have few different variations. Of course, the normal version is black and white wearing his pajama stripes. There's also different variations of Pan in black, which is in flat and glossy black, and also another glow in the dark, and the Joker version as well. Now we have to say that the black version is actually quite interesting because it has two different tone of finishing. One, of course, is a very glossy finishing on top of his head and his eyes, but the rest of the figure also has a mixture of flat and glossy finish. Yeah. Now this one that you're seeing here is probably one of our favorite. This is the Joker version of Pan. We thought he looked quite evil and quite cool at the same time, but unfortunately, again, this is still a prototype, so we're not sure whether Michael Chuah will release this in full production volume. Apart from Office Survival, Michael Chuah also has the never-ending tales. The tale about two companions out seeking adventure together in a big world. Yeah. So there is Ralph, which is the giraffe that you can see there, the tall guy, and of course Teddy B, which is the small character, the bee, which I think is about 4-inch. Yeah. So these are quite cute characters for the never-ending tales, and we really like how this time around Michael Chuah has decided to pack these two together in a recycling bag instead of giving the normal route of a plastic and a box. Yeah, so this is actually a very green conscious effort by Michael Chuah, and we like that. And the bag itself is very colorful, and actually you can use this to carry around your other stuff when you have your toys on display at home. Yeah, so when you look at Ralph itself, the colors of the green and also the glossy finish on his nose, it's actually quite a nice touch. I mean, you wouldn't notice it at the first glance. You really have to pick up the vinyl art itself and actually study it slowly, and you will appreciate the color and the effort that actually goes into, especially the small smirk on his face. Yeah, so we thought that's actually quite a nice touch for Ralph. As for Teddy B is really small and cute guy, so we really like how Michael Chuah has created that small smile on his face, and we believe this is a very big hit with a lot of the designer toy collectors, because they can bring this guy around to take pictures when they're having lunch or when they're traveling. Yeah, so the Never Ending Tales actually is quite popular with a lot of the art collectors, and if you do get a chance to buy them, they also come in a lot of different variations, which I'll show you later on Michael Chuah's website where you can order them as well. And as usual, Michael Chuah has his signature stamp on the feet of his designer toys, so actually that's quite cool. So if you're interested in any of these, or you feel like you want to know more about Office Survival or the Neverending Tales, go and pick up his comic, right? So there's not many designer toys artists who actually has a backstory for all their characters, but Michael Chuah already has a full-blown comic book for all different characters with backstories and, you know, their characters as well. And if you really want to order any of these combinations that we have shown you earlier, go ahead to the website. I'll send the links at the video description below. Our favorite, of course, is the chrome screen finish for the Ruff and Teddy B. We thought that chrome finishing is actually quite nice. And of course, the gold Mr. Pow and the black Pan is a very interesting combo itself. Yeah, so do go ahead and check out Michael Chuah's website. And if you have time, you know, pick up one of his comics. They're quite hilarious, especially Office Survival, because, you know, for adults like us who are working a 9 to 5 grind, you could really relate to the Office Survival comic in itself. It's a lot like Dilbert, but in an Asian setting. Yeah, so that's our review today for Michael Chuah's designer vinyl art toys